Where is he?
Before dragons, before armies, before power, Daenerys Targaryen was just a frightened girl. Beside her, a brother consumed by greed and ambition, Viserys Targaryen. He believes the world has stolen his birthright. A throne, a crown, a kingdom, and tonight he will trade the only family he has left to get it back. Do you see the man in red standing nearby? He is a maester, a ceremonial advisor. Not a warrior, not a hero. He represents knowledge, history, and the weight of politics. Assure a sea culture, men in red observe and ensure protocol is followed. Even in the Dothraki camp, his presence emphasizes that Viserys is trying to impose Westerosi authority on a culture that does not respect it. Power began when? Invaded the Seven Kingdoms with 3 dragons. Family ruled generation after generation. But power built on fire, and fear never lasts forever. Everything collapsed during the war known as Targaryens lost their kingdom, their dragons, and their throne. Only 2 children escaped, Daenerys and her brother Viserys.
They do not believe.
I did not make Viserys humble. It made him desperate. He believes the Iron Throne is rightfully his. To reclaim it, he needs an army. No gold, no lands, no power. Except one thing. His sister, Daenerys, is a means to an end, a bargaining chip, an object in his plan to conquer Westeros. Then he arrives, Khal Drogo, one of the most feared men in the Dothraki Sea. A warrior whose presence alone commands obedience, but what truly sets him apart, his hair. Viserys knows exactly what he is doing. He tells Daenerys to dress beautifully, to reveal herself, to attract Khal Drogo. Tonight, she is not a princess. She is a display. Viserys believes if Drogo finds her appealing, he will receive thousands of Dothraki warriors. In his mind, this is politics, not cruelty. But he does not realize power cannot be bought with fear alone. Dothraki culture. Hair is not fashion. It is honor. Every victory lengthens a braid. Every defeat leads to shame. Hair is cut. Drogo's braid is incredibly long. He has never been defeated. It is not just a style. It is a history of victories. And it silently tells Daenerys and the audience, this is a man not to be underestimated. Drogo says nothing. He simply observes. Daenerys feels fear. Her fate is being decided. Viserys thinks this is his moment to shine, to reclaim power. But Drogo does not care about Viserys. He judges Daenerys alone. Just as subtle but important. He reminds us of history, counsel, and order. Viserys tries to make this a political negotiation, using Westerosi rules. But the Dothraki follow strength, not ceremony. Contrast between Viserys' arrogance and the silent wisdom of the Maester creates dramatic tension. Viserys believes his plan is foolproof. He thinks he is gaining an army. He thinks he will sit on the Iron Throne soon. But he does not understand. The Dothraki follow honor and strength. Every arrogant word he utters only highlights his weakness. At this moment, Daenerys is just a pawn in someone else's political game. But history is about to change. The world that Viserys forces her into will transform her. And the quiet girl standing in fear today, one day, command armies, dragons, and the loyalty of thousands. Viserys believes his plan has succeeded. To him, the marriage means one thing. An army. Thousands of Dothraki warriors crossing the sea to conquer the Westeros and place him on the Iron Throne. But Viserys misunderstands the situation completely. Drogo did not promise him a kingdom. He only agreed to take Daenerys as his wife. Wedding preparations begin immediately. For the Dothraki, Marriage is not about politics or ceremony. It is a celebration of strength and loyalty. For Daenerys, however, this moment is filled with uncertainty. Her life is changing forever. In this moment, Daenerys Targaryen walks into a new world. A world ruled not by birthright or words, but by strength, honor, and fear. The first she takes is cautious, yet brave. Her brother Viserys talks loudly, boasting of Khal Drogo's power and his own plan to reclaim the Iron Throne. But Drogo does not speak. He only watches. And the man in red, a master, a ceremonial observer, reminds us of history, council, and the weight of politics. The Dothraki, such advisors are meaningless, yet Viserys clings to protocol he thinks matters. Silence fills the air. Drogo does not speak, yet he communicates more than words ever could. Every glance, every movement is a test. Daenerys is no longer just a princess. She is a visitor in a foreign culture that judges her by courage and presence. The beginning of her transformation from pawn to queen. Instant, Drogo makes a choice, not with words, but with silence. He has seen something Viserys never understood. Courage beneath fear, strength beneath submission. A girl who walks these steps is no longer just a bargaining chip. She is the beginning of a story that will shake kingdoms. Viserys believes he has orchestrated his rise. He imagines Drogo as the key to his crown, but fate has other plans. The girl he tried to sell, the sister he underestimated, will rise far above him. The moment Khal Drogo chose Daenerys was the moment her true story began. Journey from pawn to queen starts here. Her quiet strength eclipses the ambition of her brother, and the maester in red, a reminder of history, silently watches. Not all power comes from armies or birthright. Power comes from resilience, courage, and wisdom. And the question lingers, can ambition and greed ever claim what courage and honor can build? This is the story of Daenerys Targaryen, the girl who would rise to claim her destiny,